From the outside, Château de Montreuil-Bellay looms with history, a fortress with 13 towers and a reputation for secrets. Behind these walls, people vanished, power shifted, and silence reigned for centuries. Today, we're going inside to uncover what was hidden here and why. Beneath its polished facade are chapters rarely spoken aloud. We take a look at the underground chambers where footsteps once echoed in chains, and at rooms that concealed lives pushed into silence. Exile, devotion, and betrayal all left their mark in ways visitors seldom imagine. Yet even with its dark past, the chateau holds a beauty that endures with its opulent rooms, gardens, and even a church whose foundations were laid nearly 1,000 years ago. We'll explore it all. This is Saving Castles, and welcome to Château de Montreuil-Bellay.
This place has stood for nearly 1,000 years. A half a kilometer of walls, 13 towers, and a moat that encircled the entire city.
It was first built on a Roman stronghold by a warlord called the Black Hawk. For 3 years it resisted siege until finally taken by the Plantagenets. This was never a place easily conquered.
But once you stepped inside these walls, leaving was rarely an option.
We came here chasing a mystery. Not the towers, but the spaces below, the dungeons that stretch into darkness. They might seem like regular storage rooms or cellars now, but these rooms weren't always built for comfort. They were built for control.
The question isn't why people came here, it's why they were kept here, against their will for many years.
And once you hear who they were, you'll never look at this chateau the same way again. The interiors of the chateau bear witness to the lives of its illustrious occupants. Each piece of furniture, each object carries you into another century. Like the marriage chest of Queen Margot, once linked to her union with the future Henry IV.
Here's the famous wedding chest that's decorated with medallions that represent both Catholics and Protestants. And the culmination, the coming together of both families was meant to reconcile the differences between them.
All around, the Great Hall speaks in layers. Painted beams above still hold the patterns of Renaissance artisans. Carved wood glows with centuries of polish, and tapestries bring the walls alive with color. In the music room, refinement meets artistry. A Mazarin desk by André Charles Boulle anchors the space, while above, a Venetian chandelier scatters light across instruments and painted vaults. The dining room at Montreuil-Bellay is a performance in itself. Gilded plates catch the candlelight. The carved fireplace glows with detail. Overhead, the painted beams vibrantly watch over. And above it all, a painting of General Mouton, Napoleon's aide-de-camp, celebrates glory in battle. It's easy to get lost in the theater of power and plenty, but this room doesn't erase the shadows of the chateau, because just below, the feast gives way to hunger, and the story turns from banquets to chains. During the Revolution, Montreuil-Bellay became a prison, not for soldiers or kings, but for women. over 1,800 of them accused of royalist sympathies. Nuns, widows, daughters, many never left alive.
In these rooms, silence wasn't peace, it was punishment. And for others, it was a death sentence.
But this wasn't the first time Montreuil-Bellay carried secrets. During the wars of religion, it was turned into an arsenal, and later, a rebellious Duchess, Anne Geneviève de Condé, better known as the Duchess of Longueville, was exiled here by the Sun King. She had sided against the crown in the civil wars of the Fronde, a woman who dared to challenge royal power. Her punishment was silence within these walls, proof that this place always held more than it revealed. Eventually, the truth came out. Records revealed the scale of imprisonment, turning Montreuil-Bellay into a symbol of revolutionary excess. What was promised as liberty had delivered silence and chains. Testimonies spoke of overcrowded cells, disease spreading through damp corridors, and women stripped of names known only by their case numbers.
It looked like freedom was coming, but for the women that were held here, it never arrived.
But even as these walls once held a painful past, they also sheltered another story. Rooms alive with art, ramparts with sweeping views, gardens in bloom, and a church that anchored centuries of faith. Here stands the Collegiate Church of Notre Dame, built in the 15th century when faith and power were inseparable. Designed in flamboyant Gothic style, it was meant to serve both God and the prestige of Montreuil-Bellay's lords. At its peak, nearly 20 canons prayed here daily, their chants filling the vaulted nave. Beneath the flagstones lie noble tombs, reminders that salvation was once a family affair. 5 centuries later, the church still stands, equal parts faith, power, and history. Faith shaped life here, but so did food. Just steps away, the chateau's kitchen tells its own story. That massive fireplace is blackened by centuries of feasts, its chimney still carrying the memory of roasted game and simmering stews. You can almost hear the clatter of knives and the hum of voices that once filled this room with life. Today, Montreuil-Bellay is calm. Its towers overlook a vibrant village, lush forests, and vineyards, not battlefields. Tourists walk through rooms once meant for confinement, but this fortress carries every layer of its past. Roman stronghold, medieval citadel, Renaissance jewel, revolutionary prison.
The silence here today feels peaceful, but the stones, they remember every chapter.
We hope you enjoyed this journey into Château de Montreuil-Bellay. Subscribe so you'll be the first to step into the next chapter. And by joining us, you become part of Saving Castles, keeping alive the stories every chateau deserves to tell. We'll see you on the next episode.